That breaking news is out of Virginia Beach. A double shooting sends 2 men to the hospital.
Witnesses tell us it all started with a fight on Blue Jay Drive. That's not far from Holland Road and Lynn Haven Parkway. 13 News Now reporter Robert Boyd is live on Blue Jay Drive. And Robert, you spoke with some teens who say they watched it happen.
Yes, so the timing could not have been worse for a group of junior high students getting off the school bus around 2 o'clock this afternoon right here on Blue Jay Drive. They got off the bus, and right when they got off the bus, they noticed a group of men, between 6 to 10 men, fighting in that front yard right over there where you see that police officer in that green car. Apparently a big brawl going on, a fist fight. And at some point, the teens, at least 3 different teens, told me this exact story. They said they heard some gang lingo and then someone say, "Get the stick," which apparently means gun. And that's when several shots were fired and 2 men were hit. Those 2 men then left the scene, and they managed to find themselves several blocks away on Poppy Crescent, where eventually they were found and taken to the hospital with life-threatening condition. Now, the kids I spoke with, their parents all asked us to protect their identity because, again, a lot of people out here believe this is gang-related. But I can tell you, these kids were definitely traumatized.
They say go get the stick for like code or something. I was just like, what does that mean? And my brother was just like, run, and I was just like this, and then I heard like 7 or 8 gunshots go off, and like I heard whistle noises from like bullets. Like it like hit me in the ear, and it was just like pretty loud. So, and then we ran.
Right now, police are still trying to determine who exactly fired the shots and why. Right now, they don't have any suspects or anybody in custody. We'll continue to follow this story throughout the afternoon. Live in Virginia Beach, Robert Boyd, 13 News Now.
Now, a little bit more about this violence. Officers found both victims about 1.5 miles away on Poppy Crescent. That is in Green Run. We are told by police that they responded to that location about 7 minutes after the initial call of shots fired on Blue Jay Drive. 13 News Now will stay on top of this story. We will bring you updates as we get to them.
All right, well, hope you have your jackets ready for Thanksgiving because it's going to be a chilly one. Right now, the roads across our area are getting busy and the temperatures are starting to drop.
But what can we expect for Turkey Day? Evan has that forecast, and what else you can expect?
Well, we started the day, of course, with the clouds. We had some of those showers around, but that front cleared out, and the skies likewise cleared out through the afternoon, and we're looking at a beautiful shot. Our camera up in Hampton at the Virginia Air and Space Center. Temperatures in the upper 50s to around 60 degrees. You can see we're at 61 in Franklin, 60 in Chesapeake, 55 up in Melfa on the eastern shore, and 60 down towards Elizabeth City. So if you have evening plans, it's looking very nice with mainly clear skies, although a little bit chilly over the next 6 hours. Temperatures in the mid-50s by 5 o'clock, dropping into the 40s by 11 o'clock. And we'll look for overnight readings that will eventually get down into the 30s for many spots, maybe even a few upper 20s well inland. And for your Turkey Day, we're looking at a chilly day. Temperatures as we go through the afternoon topping out only in the upper 40s to around 50 degrees, but a good deal of sunshine. Again, great time to be with the family or maybe watch the football game if you're outside. And I know some folks will be leaving maybe to hit up some of those Black Friday sales early tomorrow evening. So again, we are looking at dry conditions through the day on Thanksgiving, dry on Friday as well. Through the weekend, we're looking at a chance for a couple of showers by Saturday night into Sunday morning. Details on that in the 7-day forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Evan. A lot of people are hitting the roads. Our Christina's Verjaco is tracking the latest highway conditions across Hampton roads. Christina.
Yeah, and we're already starting to see a couple of trouble spots zeroing in on Virginia Beach. Your commute there, I-264, is looking clear. But as you approach the HRBT there, that's when we're starting to see about a 6-mile delay. Here's a live look at I-64 at Granby Street. You can see lots of brake lights there. Across on the peninsula, also seeing lots and lots of red build on the map there. There's some construction going on the eastbound and the westbound lanes of I-64 right around Denby Boulevard. Big picture Hampton roads, we are expecting lots of congestion today, so pack your patience if you're just about to head out the door.
All right, as you hit the road, there are a few things to keep in mind. Virginia's slow down, move over law is a big one. It requires drivers to slow down and move over when passing law enforcement and emergency vehicles on the side of the highway. Tow truck drivers also want you to keep them in mind.
It's dangerous when you're on the side of the road trying to do your job and vehicles are passing by at, 60 or 70 miles an hour. I don't know if they understand it.
Every state in the U.S. has its own version of the move-over law, so make sure you follow the rules so you won't get a ticket. Now, after your Thanksgiving feast comes the shopping, and some of the biggest deals of the year will happen this weekend. So how do you keep you and your purchases safe? 13 News Now reporter Elise Brown spoke with Portsmouth police to find out.
Long lines, but great deals. Black Friday tempting for millions of customers across the U.S., also appealing for criminals.
Just remember, things can be replaced. You as a person can't be replaced.
So how do shoppers protect themselves? Portsmouth police officer Gino Jackson says it starts from the minute you pull into the parking lot.
Make sure that you're somewhere like parked under a light. You want to just make sure that you're well seen.
Shopping in groups, also a good idea. He says to carry a wallet in the front pocket and a purse in front of you.
If you're opening up your wallet, you want to make sure that you're not showing everybody your cash that you have in there.
It's never a good idea to bog yourself down with bags. That's where shopping in groups comes in handy. Or making multiple trips to your car, moving it to parking spots closer to the next store on your list. And before you walk out of store doors, Jackson says to have your keys ready and only to unlock one door.
You don't want to unlock all of your doors simply because if you open up all of your doors, you're kind of making yourself a target if someone's watching you.
If someone does come up to you demanding items,
cooperate. Just give it to them. That person most likely will keep on going. They'll go about their business.
But if someone tries to force you into their car, do not get in and make a scene to attract attention. And be a good witness. Take note of their appearance and immediately tell mall security and police. In Portsmouth, Elise Brown, 13 News Now.
An inmate's death at the Chesapeake jail is under investigation. Deputies found 49-year-old Thomas Sandoval in distress in his cell last night. Medical staff tried to help him, but he died. At this point, jail officials say Sandoval seems to have had some type of medical emergency. He was serving 18 months for a 2-year probation violations incident. The police department is handling the death investigation, and the sheriff's office is conducting an internal investigation. A boy in Poquoson is at home now after a car hit him.
Now the community is coming together to lend a helping hand. 13 News Now reporter Nico Clemens spoke to the boy and his mother about the scary incident.
It's basically a mom's worst nightmare.
A community coming together to help one of their own. This is 11-year-old Kaylin Jones, still a little banged up after he was hit by a car Friday. Mom, Katie Jones, frantic with worry on her way to the hospital.
Like, is he alive? Is he okay? Like, what are the injuries? And I mean, you just kind of you think the worst naturally.
Kaylin had a collapsed lung, a laceration on his kidney, and some fractures in his back. Now he's home recovering, and the community is doing everything they can to help the family.
I mean, I'm like overwhelmed with emotion.
Janet Shepard started a GoFundMe. She's close friends with the family, and she was Kaylin's babysitter for many years.
People in Kansas, people in California, people we don't know.
The entire family, including Kaylin, overwhelmed with joy.
It makes me feel happy and like thankful.
A mother who is used to taking care of others.
I mean, I just like filled with like so much gratitude and like Thanksgiving, honestly.
Is now getting that same care in return. In Poquoson, Nico Clemens, 13 News Now.